Yo, 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 good people. It's your homie HerbMan. Busting you back upside the head with another hot banger. Boogie, please go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. Yes, sir. And if you're new to the program, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe on all the platforms at Love HerbMan. All right, so I am your neighborhood holistic practitioner. I am none other than the homie HerbMan. All right, so what we do here is teach people how to heal themselves, but you cannot heal yourself unless you know thyself. So we teach you here about the human frame and the human design so that you guys can be well on your way to the happiness, wholeness, and the wellness that you so surely deserve. All right, so you guys know how this go. You guys, it's a free information station. You don't have to pay for anything that you hear here today. All you simply got to do is pay attention. And how we do that on the HerbMan Show is by double tapping that screen and getting us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast. I promise you I'll work for the food. All right, all we need for you to do is be integrative and pay attention to what you are hearing on the show. Okay, once we get to 1,000 likes, we'll get into the subject matter at hand. All right, so everybody who don't know me, okay, I teach you the simplest ways to heal yourself. You don't have to buy everything. Everything ain't in what you purchase. There are some things that you cannot purchase with money that is going to be medicine for you. You can produce your own medicine. We teach you how to do those types of things. But what you need to understand deep down inside is that you are a whole person. And the system that we've created is a system that is going to basically interact with all of the wholeness and fullness of who you are. It's not just going to be one aspect of you that the physical realm or maybe even the physicians uphold. Is not going to be one side of you that maybe the religious sector holds up. These are going to be things that tie in and integrate everything about you in life. And so what we have to understand is, what is the big question that everybody has in order for you guys to understand about health, right? What is that big question? Every single body has a question. When you go and you live and you've been experienced this life, there are going to be questions that pretty much all of us are going to ask. Okay, but I'm gonna ask y'all, what do you think the main question is when you're talking about health? Whether if any culture, any age, any belief system, you know, what is that major health question? Anybody know? Anybody know what's that major health question? Anybody know? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in the building, you guys. Come on in the building. Welcome, YouTubers. Welcome, TikTokers. This is where you learn how to heal thyself. All right, we're coming live from South Africa. You guys live on TikTok, live on YouTube. Please go get somewhere, get situated so that you can learn exactly what's going on today, okay? But the biggest question that most of us have, you guys, is how do I stay alive? How do I feel good? And how do I stay strong for as long as possible? it no matter what culture, what age, no matter what belief system, almost all the health questions are going to be fundamentally rooted in those things right there, right? How do I stay alive? How do I feel good? And how do I stay strong for as long as possible? And everything else just kind of branch off that root question. Okay, so then understand that this is something bigger than just your personal situation. This is something bigger than just your cancer, than just your diabetes, than just your hypertension, than just your arthritis, than just your autoimmune disease. It's something bigger rooted to where we're all asking those questions, and so there are things that we need to understand as far as the answers to what those things can present to us. When you asking yourself about how to stay alive, you must know that longevity has to be one key factor. Okay, longevity has to be one key factor. Okay, longevity has to be one key factor. But longevity has to be one key factor. Okay, how do I live longer? Okay, people want to know this from all across the globe. It don't matter who you are. All right, people want to know what truly keeps the body from breaking down. Okay, so got to understand what foods will extend life. Well, we told you that the light foods, the foods that come with the most sunlight, the most hydration, are going to be the ones that feed you light. Where you say, well, why is it about the light and the hydration? Okay, well, now let's pivot just a minute. Let me take you down memory lane. Remember that I told you that the old ancient cultures knew about temperature and fluids. Okay, temperature and fluids, right? Remember we told you about temperatures and fluids, but that's no different than light and water. Okay, now in the ancient times, we were called the people of the water. Okay, the people from the water that's of the light. So you saw, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I know a lot of y'all don't know that, and I'm just gonna go through, and we ain't gonna stop nowhere. But don't you know that this is also what the word M-U-R is? Okay, M-U-R. The people from the water, but they of the light. Okay, you come from your mother's waters, but you're a light person because you're in the sun. So you'll see scriptures that are telling you about coming from the darkness to the light, coming from the womb of the physical to the light, to the womb of the creative spot of your mind. This is emergence and an integrative thing that you need to understand and do. That's why you see Adam and Eve and you're seeing all these things, because all of the stuff is about descending. Okay, the gods descend down, Lucifer fell down, a God came into Jesus. It's all about descending, and we are the descendants. But you can't be somebody descending and you don't know how to descend. So this thing is trying to tell you where to go, but this is light and water, the mule. Okay, the mower. Now you might call it the mowers, but it was the mower. Okay, and the mower is the light and the water, the temperature and the fluids. These were the original people. What they were into was light and water, how water and light and the reflectory matter created the environment. Remember that the sun and the water together, the water absorbs the sun and then create what? Atmosphere, create environment, create oxygen. Okay, so that's how you get weather, is from the sun and the water. And that's, they understood that, and they called these people the Moors. The Moors understood the science of light and water, temperature and fluids. Now, after the Moors got it, and then you got the Olmecs, Toltecs, Aztecs, Mayans, that's where the temperature and the fluids come from. So you'll see on a lot of their ancient drawings and a lot of the ancient ruins, these signets of light and water, of fire and water, because they understood the balancing act of the two as far as it being the spark of life. And so now you get back to understanding why you need to have water and sun in your foods. Those are the foods that extend life. What herbs regenerate you are still going to be the same type of herbs. Herbs that are going to be regenerative are going to be herbs that have a bunch of what? Absorption of the light and the water, a bunch of minerals in them as well. Okay. What lifestyle practices slow aging? Well, we're going to be able to show you those things in your owner's manual. That's why the owner's manual is so important. How do I prevent disease, inflammation, and decay? Okay, all you got to do is understand how to move around and how to keep yourself in the highest regards emotionally. Okay, all of these things is going to help you guys out. You guys keep tapping out, keep talking. Okay, this is the root of almost all of the curiosity on the planet. Okay, so your number 2 is that you got to watch out for your what? Your vitality. Okay, your vitality, longevity, vitality. Okay, is going to be number 2. So how do I feel good every day? That's this question. How do I feel good every day? Every day I want to feel good, and that's what we try to teach you guys about the blissful states of being and being able to understand that you got to be in an environment that's conducive of you being able to be in that bliss. Okay, people want more energy, better sleep. People want less pain. People want more of a clear conscience, a clear focus. People want more of a better digestion, and people want stronger libido. Let's get it all out there. People want this vitality and this energy. So this is the question behind almost every supplement that you got out there. Every gym habit, every diet, every healing therapy is trying to get you these things, right? So we're going to teach you about how to be able to do it at a low cost, where you're not necessarily having to go and purchase something. You're just having to learn how to integrate it into the life that you have. It's all about integration. It's all about practicality. And that's what we're trying to get you guys to understand, okay? So the third one is going to be disease avoidance, right? Everybody want to avoid disease. All right, these are the big questions. How do I stay alive? How do I stay strong? And how do I keep going as long as possible? So you got to avoid disease. How do I avoid illnesses, which is a lot of us are not very good at nowadays, because we're going too willy-nilly and we're too consumptive. And, just like these social media, when it comes to the likes, right? Your likes are the things that are actually harming you. Okay, because the shit that you don't like, you ain't got to worry about that. That ain't harming you. That ain't doing you no injustice. Okay? That ain't doing no injustice. Move my baby clothes out the camera right now. But that ain't doing y'all no injustice, okay? But so the thing is that it's all about your likes. Your likes are the things that are going to do what? Get you in trouble. Because those are the things that's creating the urges. Those are the things that are very hard to tell you. It's very hard for you to not do what you like to do. Okay? So your life in your life. Okay? We will show you how we know where the fragmentations are in your life. I got to get my YouTubers back online, you guys. So y'all give me a second here, okay? All right? So lymph, blood plasma, intracellular, extracellular, cerebral spinal fluid, interstitial, and synovial fluid. These are all going to be connected to your basically to your emotions. Okay, to your emotions, all right, even down to your seminal fluid, okay, over your seminal, all that type of stuff, all dictated by emotions. And that's why a lot of these relationship traumas are really at the rudimentary fundamental problem for a lot of our people dealing with these diseases. Our relationship woes is giving us breast cancer. Our relationship woes is giving us uterine cancer. Our relationship woes is giving us prostate cancer. Our relationship woes is giving us a PCOS. Our relationship issues is giving us endometriosis, fibroids. Our relationship issues is giving us STDs. It's our relationship issues that's giving us these things. Okay? And it's getting trapped in the very area that you're trying to release it from. Okay? So diseases come from these three breakdowns. Light loss. Okay, we talked about the light loss. I just mentioned that, right? The mitochondria go dim. The fascia stops conducting properly, conducting the photons properly. Your circadian rhythm breaks. Okay, cells can't communicate. This is a big reason why you're going to get disease, because of that light loss. That light loss to me ain't just about light light bulb or sunlight, but it's about being light, like being light on your feet, not taking nothing too serious, not getting so serious about who you think you really are. You know, that I think that's a big thing. It's about our wants, needs, and desires based on who we think we are. But you're not your name. You're not your mama. You're not the father title. You are something else. And once you stop becoming a mother, and once you stop becoming a father, and once you stop becoming a worker, and once all these things start to spread, then who do you have left? Then what are you? So then you got to look at the fundamental things of what that is. So being lighter on life. Stop being so serious. Understand things are temporary because this is a cyclical nature, and then you just take things in a seasonal fashion, and you'll be okay. It's okay to let some things go, and it's okay to bring some things in. So some of you guys are scared of losing stuff that don't attract nothing, and some of you guys are attracting everything and ain't letting nothing go. You don't got room for nothing else. You have to be able to have a balance. That integrative understanding mentality will help you throughout life as we move forward. So light loss, not taking things serious, but also allowing your body to be enlightened with new ideas, new creativity, a new open mind, things that hadn't been working ain't gonna just all of a sudden start to work. So start opening up and seeing if there's new solutions out there. And that's gonna come with you not being so reactive, but slow to respond to your problem. And you'll see that new thing come up in your mind. And it just may be very well the thing that you need to do to solve your problem. Okay. And so the next thing is going to be this water disorder. That's why it's up here. It's important. So yesterday and the other days, I'm teaching you about the light. Okay. Now we're talking about the 7 waters, the water disorder, the temperature and the structure. Okay. The light and the water. That's why we talk about the cold and hot, the dry and wet, because these are all identities of that temperature and that fluid, okay? So overheated tissues, right, can cause problems. Dehydrated fascia can cause problems. Excess mucus can cause problems. A lot of you guys got excess mucus. If you're dealing with excess mucus, go to the website, get the 21-day detox. It's a lymphatic cleanse. It's going to make you sweat it out, cough it up, defecate it out, urinate it out, okay? And it's going to get you 15 to 20 pound weight loss, all right? But you got to follow what it does, and it's not going to be overbearing. You're going to urinate more than most stuff because you get more toxins out through urination. So you don't got to worry about if you're a truck driver, you can do the 21 day. It ain't going to have you running to the bathroom other than the pee, and all y'all have a cup in there. So go on and get your 21-day detox. It's safe for everybody as long as you can piss somewhere, okay? We're going to have your pen, but yes, you're going to boo-boo, but not like that. All right? We do 4-part harmony. We don't do colon cleanses. We do lymphatic cleanses, right? So that excess mucus, that acidic lymph, that cold digestive fire, all of that is going to be linked toward that water balance, okay? So you must get that. And then last but not least, that water can get to that 100K. If not, then it doesn't matter. We'll just keep going through the lesson. And then when everybody does want to be able to get there, we will. You understand? That's on y'all. But it's there for you guys to visually see, and you get that visual in your owner's manual. Okay, so you do get the visual in your owner's manual. But we got to watch our likes. We got to understand these questions. The biggest question is, can we do it? Yes, you can do it. Can we live long? Yes. It all starts with longevity. Okay, longevity is the key. And we know how to get you to live long. We have enough information biologically now for us to understand that longevity is a possibility. We're not talking about immortality, but longevity. If I can get you to 120 years, if I can get everybody to get to 120 years as a life average, in a minute, somebody's going to get to 200. In a minute, somebody's going to get to 240, 250. This is how you evolve humanity. Y'all didn't know, but we can't evolve off medication. We're going to be a different species of a person if you're going to be biologically laboratory created, right? So we must understand these things, okay? Did I get any questions? Let me see what my YouTube is here saying. I don't know if you received my info because I didn't get a response yet. My YouTube is dropping right. Won't let me see the show. But if you got my info yesterday, let me know, please. Thanks. Yeah, we got your information, Mr. Smith. Okay, we got your information, so you are good to go. All right. Anybody else on here? Beverly Jones said beats the sea cleanse. Yes. Uh, I match energy, but not in relationships. Martha, stop matching energy. Period. Okay, stop matching energy. Period. The opposite. Okay, the opposite. You learn how to do it so that you don't slip up in your relationships. Because if you can't be that good, you turn it off and on like that. Now you need to turn it off if you got that much control over it. Turn it off, okay? We want you to practice how to do this because again, it's about the bliss. If you go into reality with that, okay, which I get you, it's all good. But if you go into life with it, you might say, I don't do my personal relationships, but I go outside with that. Then outside is where you're basically at mostly, or outside it still can cause chaos within your waters, right? These seven waters must be protected, especially in our women, because those waters, those are the seven sisters, the seven Pleiades, right? So this is more about emotions and stuff like that. And it don't mean that men lack that in any form of fashion. So they got to watch out for their waters too. But I'm just saying that when you're looking at it from the perspective of the diseases rate and what's going on in men versus women diseases, then you'll see that a lot of these reproductive cancers, okay, are really wreaking havoc on our sisters. And now our brothers are starting to get it too, but it's really wreaking havoc on the health of our sisters because they are more prone to emotional because they feel deeper, okay, about more things. Now, men feel deeper about things, but not as many things. So men feel deeper about a few things. Women feel deeper about a lot more things, right? And so he don't give a damn about nothing but her, and that's it. He don't give a damn about his own children at some point, but she like love everything, you know what I mean? And so it's, but his thing is, look, I can't protect everything. I got to keep focused on what's the most what I would call valuable asset that a man has, which is his woman, right? But a woman's most valuable asset is what she has, which is her children. So she has more of a broader perspective of being able to utilize those emotions, where a brother has more of a tunnel vision perspective. Oh, he got to be focused on this right here. That's it. I can't be here. Yeah, because when you get out of my range, I don't feel comfortable being your security guard. So the only person going to stay close is the woman. Okay. So now you understand that, you must understand how important it is to maintain your seven water. So even when you go outside your home, if the external environment has an opportunity, it can disturb your waters. Okay. It can disturb your waters. Thank you for this lesson. Thank you, Madison. My pleasure, my pleasure, my pleasure. Okay. So those are your big questions, right? That big question is how to stay alive, how to do it strong, and how to do it for as long as possible. With your owner's manual for a funky, measly $50, we can help you put the pieces of your life back together again. Okay. So now this is how it's going to look like this, you guys. I'm gonna draw this big old circle. You guys keep tapping out, keep talking. All right, we gotta put some lines in it. Okay. Let me see if I can get me another color pen right here. So y'all putting up here permanent markers, man. I don't think that's gonna show up, y'all. I'm gonna have to erase this and do it over. That blue ain't gonna show up. All right, so we'll do it like this because that blue ain't gonna show up. Could you see that blue? You probably don't worry about it. I use the black. Everybody familiar with this one? Bow, bow. All right, so everybody's familiar with this one right here. See, you see how good these women is. That's why you gotta keep them close. That's why you gotta keep them close, closer than close. Appreciate you, baby. Okay. So this represents the two halves. Okay. This represents the two halves, the matter and the spirit. Okay. The matter and the spirit. So we're going to call spirit down here. Okay. Spirit is down here. Okay. Matter, body is up here. Okay. Each one of us, okay, have alter egos. Each one of us have different perspectives and different polarities about us, different duplicities about us, different dualities about us, okay, that we probably don't know about ourselves as much as we need to. And that's why it's important to know thyself. But it's more important to know where you are, where is the disconnect at. And you'll feel it once you see this. And once we do these for people on the live, you'll see this, but then you'll understand, damn, I didn't know that is a visual for that separation, where you're physically being able to see what you're dealing with in life that's causing the separation, and then get onto that one accord, and then you'll see everything become reciprocity, okay? That's how you do this. And everything is about synchronicity. So I know you guys are looking at this, but this is your DNA strand, okay? This is the sun's ecliptic, all right? This is the cross. It is the infinity sign. It's everything wrapped up in one. So all I got to do is do this. And then it becomes a compass. Okay? Then it becomes the cross. Okay? Then it becomes directional. Then it becomes a calculator. Then it becomes a navigator. Okay? All we need is a birthday to do this. Okay? So now you understand, okay, well, my spirit work with things, and then my body work with things. So there's a place where you start at, and then there's somewhere where you're at today. Okay. So let's just look at me for a prime example right now, because we're not at 100K right now. So let's just do this. Okay. So we got the little 12 things, and now we call the zodiacs or whatever. So I'm a Gemini, right? So let's just say, as a Gemini, you tell me that, okay, a Gemini, I'm right here. Okay. As a Gemini, I'm right here. But because we understand time and we know how to tell the time going through, I'm currently, even though I'm a Gemini, I was born right here, but I'm literally currently in Scorpio. Okay, so that's where I'm really currently on this map. I started right here, but I'm currently right here. Can y'all see what I'm doing now? Can you understand? See, the body came into the matrix. So the body came into the matrix right here. So you'll see that the first part of my life, I was dealing with matter, things that matter. I was dealing with, getting your body together, the physical aspects of life. And then once I got right here and I crossed over, once I crossed over here, then I became to start dealing with the spiritual. And this is true for me because this is around the age that I started really coming into my spiritual consciousness. So if you understand how I do math, I was 30 years old right here. Okay, 30 years old here. I was 40 years old here, and now I'm 46, so I'm 6 years into Scorpio. Okay, see that? So you got to understand these types of things, so you'll understand the split. Then you say, okay, well, my mind is in transformation. I'm in transformation mode. I'm in reproductive mode. I'm having more children, but not just from the physical reproductive mode, but also just productive in what I do for a living. Just in my most productive time of my life is that Scorpio, right? I'm formulating everything that I need to do for my life in that Scorpio. So that's what it is. It's an intense time in my life. It's that time where you got to get your emotions and all that stuff going in the right directions. And so that's where I'm at spiritually. Okay. Now the thing is that you can leave yourself up here if you don't understand the situation. You're just still dealing in the Gemini without taking into the lesson of the Scorpio. That is separation of the body and the spirit. You're not going in a cohesion together. You still up here dealing with communication and dealing with Gemini, but that ain't the lesson. The lesson is transformation. Yeah, you still stuck here. And while you still stuck here, you're being left. And so this is the mind leaving the body. Your brain can't go nowhere, but your mind can. So when we say mind, or when we say spirit, we're saying mind. When we say body, we're saying matter. But this is spirit and matter. This is mind and body. Okay? You get this, you got this, and you'll be good. So you must understand how to integrate, how to bring them together. Most ancient gurus and most ancient science have told us that we're supposed to learn how to break away from the body. Even the Bible, if it's taught wrong, it will teach you how to go away from the body, right? So you're trying to separate. You're trying to kill the flesh, and you're trying to get to this external means of happiness instead of going within. So the spirit is constantly always trying to leave the body. And when you're trying to leave the body in the ignorant way that they taught us, in that program way, which I wouldn't call it, I would say yes, the ignorant way, because they only knew what they knew. But we still regurgitating up that old shit without adding the new understanding to it. So you still trying to go back and watch Edgar Cayce shit. Edgar Cayce died, even though he was a great psychic. He couldn't figure out how to duck and dodge death. Dr. Sabi, gone. You understand me? Gandhi, I don't give a damn how great they were. I don't give a damn how awful they were. They could not extend their life past the normal. So then what do? You trying to be like Gandhi? That shit ain't gonna do nothing. That life didn't. You understand me? So you got to further it. How can you do greater works than them if your ass is still stuck at stupid like they were, at the point that they were? We got to get over this hump. We got to get over this hump. So the science and the teaching is not about how to separate the spirit from the body. The science and the teaching is how to get the spirit into the matter so that you can be on earth with God in the flesh, with spirit in the matter. That means that when you go in, you got to think about what I'm talking about. Spirit into the matter. You need to learn how to get spirit into the matter. Do you hear me? You need to learn how to put spirit in your matter. And if sickness is the matter that you're dealing with, if poverty is the matter that you're dealing with, you need to. If loneliness is the matter that you're dealing with, you just need to put some. Anybody know what you need to put in it? Does somebody know what you need to put in your situation? All you need to learn, see, you keep trying to run away, you keep trying to escape, you keep trying to leave, but I'm telling you, you got to face this thing, and you need to start fighting with putting spirit into the matter. You are the descendants. You are already the Most High. Learn how to come off that and work this thing in the flesh. Then when you go into your business meeting, then when you go into your opportunities, and then when you wake up into your day, you'll know how to embrace the day. Way before somebody said, hey, you already be happy. Way before somebody gave you a kiss, you already be in love. Way before somebody told you I love you, you already been in bliss. It wouldn't took nothing else but waking up and opening your eyes. And that's spirit into the matter. Spirit into the matter will give you a more brake pass on your addictions. Spirit into the matter is going to be your stop sign for any time you get into some things of consumptive behavior. But when the mind is not present in the body, based on the body's programming, there is nothing to stop the body without the mind being present. There is nothing to stop you from your fleshly urges without spirit being into the matter. Yes, sir. We still here. We still here. We're still doing the doggone thing. So this is what we're teaching you in your owner's manual. Okay? How to integrate this thing so that you can start seeing a visual of how to put your life back together. Because I don't think y'all getting the visual through the Bible. You're supposed to be getting the visual, but you don't forgot how to imagine like child again. You don't forgot how to imagine. And when you lose your imagination, you lose your creativity. So you got to be able to see this thing and imagine it for what it truly works, and you'll be able to get the spiritual consciousness out of it that's needed. And so once this integration happens, once we get you to get back in line with what's going on in your life. So how this looks is, I understand that I'm here, but now he showed me that I'm here. So now I could just start to put my mindfulness on what Scorpio and the life lesson teaches. Now, guess what? Now I got spirit into the matter, because guess what? Now I got my mind focused on what my body going through. Oh, Lord have mercy. Now I got my mind focused on what my body going through. Now I'm not out of my mind. And some of you guys are out of your plum picking mind because you can't get into the present moment. That's all I'm saying when I say you're out of your mind. I don't mean you're crazy. I mean you can't get into the present moment, then you out of your mind. And some of you guys, it is very hard for y'all to get presently stable. You're going to think about this and think about that and go backward, go forward, go into the past. That's depression. Go into the future. That's anxiety. I want you to stay still into the moment. Okay? And we can help you do this with your owner's manual. If you guys are interested in your owner's manual, please DM us and we will get you the information that you need. If you're interested in the owner's manual, please DM us. We'll get you that information that you need. So this integrative system now realizes that biologically, these things are the medicines that are helping us. That once we get this spirit into matter, and once we start embracing the day in a different perspective, and then I start to sing away my issues. I start to laugh away the pain. I start to dance away the issues, and then now. When I'm starting to do this, okay, what I'm seeing is that because I'm allowing this to be integrated into my life, which means that if I can't do this at work, then I don't want to work there. If I can't be free enough to do this in my home, then I don't want to be in my home. If I can't be free, I have to be in an environment that is okay with me giving up about 30 to 40 minutes of my whole day. That means I might do 10 minutes of singing and then wait a couple hours and do 10 minutes of laughing and then wait a couple and then do 10. But I'm saying if I can't get that 10 minutes, then I don't need to be in that environment. I'm telling you that you need to demand these things. And when you demand this in your life, okay, you got to demand that you got to get out of that truck for 10 minutes and dance it away. You got to demand that you got to get out of that desk for 10 minutes and laugh it away. You got to demand that you got to get out of that building for 10 minutes and sing it away. You got to be able to demand that you got to get out of that situation and cry it away. You have to demand, because these are how you discharge. The herbs are going to help you discharge internally. The 21-day detox, the owner's manual herbs, all those things are in there going to help you detox internally. But how do you detox externally? How do you discharge and eliminate the external emotions? This way. This way, you guys. And this is going to produce that medicine that we've been teaching you guys about that is more potent than any medication that man can create. I promise you that. And the herbs can't even do this stuff. The herbs can't give you nothing more powerful than this. But it can supplement. It can mineralize. It can create the environment. But it has to have help. And this is the help that we're trying to get you guys to understand. Yes. Any questions thus far, you guys? We're almost at 100K. If we are, then we'll take a few of you guys and put you on the map, okay? But it's all about separate. Does anybody feel that they are separated? Does anybody feel that they're separated from spirit, from matter? Does anybody feel like this sounds better than ascension, right? I'm just picking brain. But I've been learning this stuff for years. I mean, I've been in church all my life. So ascension, right? To ascend. It automatically makes me feel like I'm at the bottom. Okay? To ascend, right? To ascend automatically make me feel like I'm at the bottom of something. Right? But that ain't really the doctrine. The doctrine didn't say that I was at the bottom. Because if somebody came and saved my soul, then that means that I started it back at the top. Now, the doctrine said that you were sinning until you saved me. So then if I'm saved, then that means that we're back at the most. That means you saved me from the tide. You saved me from the tide of what? Death. Death was the thing that you saved us from. So if you saved me from death, then why the hell am I dying? Boy, I'm trying to do this I'm trying to be very, very cool with y'all. You know what I mean? I'm really trying to be cool without stepping on toes. The questions. Okay? And the thing is that there is a gifting in resurrective power. So you got to think about how to be the best magician or the best sorcerer or the best at something, right? So that resurrective power was something nobody else had. So therefore, you could convince a lot of people that you're somebody if you know how to resurrect something. So resurrecting something was a gifting. It's just like y'all like Dr. Sebi. Why? Because he actually cured people. What that means is he actually resurrected people from their dead situation. They were dead end. They didn't have no reciprocity. Nobody could help them. They had reached a dead end. They were about to be in the end of their life, but somehow, some kind of way, their problem recovered, reversed, rejuvenated. And what I'm saying is they resurrected a totally different person with a totally different outlook on life. So my point to you is that resurrection is a very convincing gift that most people did not have. And that resurrective power you say you believe in, but you really don't, because the last time you ever even known somebody to have resurrected ain't came back to show you that, and you scared. But at the end of the day, I'm saying to you, resurrective power is the principle. It ain't a reality for your life, it's for your mind. your mind can be resurrected. And what they're saying is that if you resurrect your mind, res-erect your mind, right? If you res-erect your mind, be ye transformed by the renewing of the mind, it's something about when you get renewed in the mind that sends a coherence through the body that damn near renews the body. Now, how in the hell is that possible? But that's the real secret science, is that if you know how to have a resurrective mind, then some kind of thing happens to your body. Can't y'all understand it? Can you see it? Resurrected. Something happens to the body. Transfiguration, dead, came back, light body. Something, when you resurrect your mind and renew your mind, something happens to your body. And I'm trying to get you to understand that when you resurrect your mind in poverty, something happens to your body where you're no longer going to be physically impoverished for too much longer. When you are coming into this situation and understanding what I'm saying, something is going to happen to your body. Well, once you were sick, now you ain't got that issue no more because you done sang it away. You done happiness away. Now, here's the thing, that some of you guys going to still leave here because you don't understand this yet, but happiness is still there for you. Some of you, all you need to do is be back happy, and then you ready to go anyway. But you still was able to get into that happiness. Happiness is the key. And we're going to show you how to do that. And in this world, this is not going to be very easy. That's why you got to make sure you're able to use their environmental influence. Say, look, I have to have these in my life. There's no reason for us to be at work and working at McDonald's looking like that. There ain't no reason for you to be at Burger King at the drive-thru looking like that. I know it ain't, but see, that's the thing. The reason why you're not happy is because you're doing something just to be doing it. You got to stop that. You got a life. This is your one life to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, the way you want to do it. So stop doing shit that you don't want to do. Y'all got to stop doing it. Remember, I told you the worst sex in the world is obligatory sex. Anybody do something for me out of obligation, it just don't feel the same. I wanna have McDonald's employees that wanna goddamn have a McDonald's one day. Those are the people that I'm gonna hire. I want Burger King motherfuckers that want their own Burger King. Them the people that I want flipping burgers because they are doing it for the purpose of they in it to win it. This is them. They want it. I want to hire Chick-fil-A workers that want one day have a Chick-fil-A. I want Popeyes back there cooking my chicken that one day want his own chicken shack. I want to hire folks like that. Stop coming to me because you just need to do something because you just need to do it. It's the worst life to live. And that's what's making you sick, and it ain't making you happy. I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart. We got to stop doing because I need a job. Man, no, boy, you need to find out what the hell you need to be in life. Find out who you is. So your first job will be your last one. Because you ain't going to do nothing but job hunting because you're trying to find yourself at the jobs. You can't find yourself at these jobs, man. You got to find yourself before the job. You live a life full of stress, unhappiness, and then that's going to just lead you down into all kind of toxic lifestyle, okay? So we got to get this bliss. We got to be able to integrate this understanding. So the biggest thing is, as conductors of our own future, conductors of our own health, conductors of our own life, we need to make sure that we're able to provide that environment. So that's why I do the singing, laughing, and dancing on the HerbMan Show, because for most of us, this is the only time that you're going to get up and do it. When it's real life in real time, I can't dance, I can't sing, and I can't do shit, but we can do this together. And when we do this together, you're going to create that gamma, and that gamma is going to get you the dream, and that dream is going to come with a solution, and that solution is going to get you walking down the church aisle talking about, hey, look, you're going to be that, hey, he healed me. You understand what I'm saying? But you healed yourself because you resurrected your mind. You didn't let sickness kill you. You killed sickness. And so that's why I'm trying to get you to understand. You got to stop being scared of death. You're supposed to be the killer, not be the victim. So you're supposed to be out here killing the death thought. You're supposed to be out here killing the sickness thought. You're supposed to be out here. You're supposed to be a killer, but you becoming a victim. When I'm telling you that if he said he went down and took the keys of death and said, oh, death, where's thy sting? Oh, grave, where's thy victory? Then we shouldn't be in any kind of death conscience anymore. So that means that instead of you being afraid of death, you should be the killer of the death consciousness, the killer of anything that comes up to end anything in your life, because there's no such thing as life ending. And so everything is attributed. Even me right now, if my children don't do this, I've done inspired so many people that somebody children gonna do it. And so you just understand that you stay being recorded. I'll never die. I'll always be in the soul and the heart and the minds of the people that I've touched in the world. And that's how you create the ongoing process of life. And then I understood that I'll never die because I've been recorded in so many hearts and in so many minds, and I've done so many great things to so many people that I've been recorded in time through the hearts and minds of the people to where they'll speak my name years beyond my life. I continue to keep going on and on and on. I will never die. There is no such thing as dying. I am a killer of the death consciousness. I'm not a victim of it. This is how you heal yourself. This is how you heal your finances, your relationship issues, and this is how you heal your body. Okay? Plain and simple. And we're going to give you all the encouragement in the world. We're giving you all of the information in the world in the palm of your own hands to do this. We're not going to leave you alone. We're not going to leave you out there to the wind. We're going to give you all of the support that you need to be able to do this. Now, I'm only one man, but we're going to be adding to the team shortly, and those things are going to be beneficial for you guys to be able to get your owner's manual faster, get your questions answered faster, get you integrated faster, and get you to the results that you're looking for faster. Okay, but we got to get people who understand this information, who know how to help people as they've been able to be consulted and this, that, and the third. But right now, it's just me. I'm going to do a hell of a job at trying to get you guys going. At the end of the day, just be patient with me because it is just me, and I'm the only one that knows this stuff. So once we able to get people in that can get it, understand it, and explain it, that's when more people will get added on. Okay. Round of applause to you. I bet you have a beautiful wife. Yes, we make sure that we always have beautiful people around. You know what I mean? I will contact you, Beverly Jones. Yes, tears falling, preach. Tay, thank you very much, man. Thank y'all very much. Now, it's just my privilege to come up here. This is what I do. This is how I give back. This is how I serve my community. And this is just what I'm going to be doing. And so you guys are going to be seeing me for a few more years as long as I'm able to keep on busting down these doors of ignorance, okay? Out of our ignorance, we create industry. So we're going to take back ignorance, and we're going to say, look, instead of saying that we don't know, we're just going to stop ignoring, because the root word of ignorance is ignore. So we're just ignoring the truth. See, and that's the veil. The veil is there, but you can't see it. That means that you are ignoring it on purpose or not on purpose, but it's there. So we're going to get out of that ignoring the truth, and we're going to start coming into our own knowledge of ourselves, and then we become the facilitators of our own wealth, our own health, and our own communities and pockets of support that we need. And look, you guys can start this at your job. They want to do so much for wellness nowadays, and they want to have so much wellness programs. Just tell them to come holler at me. I'll sell them the program for you, okay? And then y'all can go in and do this, and y'all could be in there co-working, singing and laughing, and you might as well do it anyway. You got them there 8 to 10 hours a day. Them folks know you more than your husband and your wife. So then start doing this stuff together. Where you spend your most time is where you need to start to have your most wellness practices, because that's where you be at. Okay, so these jobs need to open up and allow you to be able to release, discharge. Okay, discharge. You need to discharge, release, discharge. Okay, you need to release. Right, so this is a form of release. Just shaking your hands like this and just start breathing. This right here, I want you to breathe in your mouth and out your mouth. You'll see that when you do this, immediately you can feel a tingle. You can feel your body warming up. So if you cold finger, cold body, cold hand, all you gotta do is shake it and breathe like that, and you instantly start sweating in this thing. Okay, easy. That was easy. That when anybody did that, how long did it take for you to feel hot? Somebody said Spirit had me do this today. Yeah, you go, shake it out. How many people did that? And how fast you get hot? Look here. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, it don't take that long. Breathe in your mouth and out your mouth like that while shaking them. And I'm telling you, that's how you. So if I'm cold fingers, if I'm cold inside and I'm feeling cold and this, that, and the third, you got to know these things. Very easy things to produce your own medicine. Okay? Very easy to produce your own medicine. Hey, yeah. Yes, sir. We got about 32 minutes, guys. Got 32 minutes. I got 94K. So I see y'all on y'all way to do it. So just go ahead and keep tapping out. Keep talking to you guys. If you guys are interested in the owner's manual, look, you get this in your owner's manual. Okay? You get this information in your owner's manual. Everything I've been teaching you that comes from the owner's manual. Okay? So you ain't got to worry about not knowing this and not knowing that. If you want your owner's manual upgraded, some of you guys have been with me for years and I went on this shit. If you want it upgraded, become a member. Email us, DM me. We'll give you the information on how to become a member for only $4 a month. Okay, $4. We're not trying to do anything but make this affordable, accessible, and effective. Okay? Affordable, accessible to each and every one of us on the globe, and effective. That's what you're getting with the owner's manual. Okay? Affordable, accessible, and effective. So affordable Rico and them can get it. Just like Donald Trump them can get it. This is for the rich and the poor. The young and the old. The male and the female. No matter where you are on the planet, we can help you. And this is going to tie into your Ayurvedic traditions, your traditional Chinese traditions, so it don't matter what you grew up with, it's all in the system. It don't matter what you grew up with. If you grew up with yin and yang, it's in the system. If you grew up with the medicine wheel, it's in the system. If you grew up with the doshas, it's in the system. Okay? If you grew up on Kabbalism, it's in the system. If you grew up on Egyptology, it's in the system. If you grew up on these Jewish things, all that in the system. Christianity is in the system. Astrology in the system, numerology in the system, cosmology in the system, biology in the system, psychology is in this system, physiology is in this system, physics is in this system, metaphysics is in this system. Where you going? The system don't miss. There is no panacea product, but there is a panacea program. Okay? Now, we're almost there, you guys, so let me go ahead and get this situated because I know y'all finna be shooting out birthdays, so give me a second here. Okay? I'm only going to do one of you guys, man. I'm only going to do one of y'all because I want to give you a good one. All right, you guys keep tapping. I'm gonna keep talking. You guys keep tapping. I'll keep talking. Look, the only way we're gonna do this is the first person that says me and come up on the chat. The first person that says me and come up on the live, that's the one we're doing. Okay. The first person that says me and come up on the live, that's the person we're doing. So my moderator, they'll handle that. Okay. The first person that says me and come up on the live, that's the person we doing. Okay. All right. That looks like that was scrap. So bring scrap up. It looks like that was scrap. Let me make sure. All right, scrap, come on up, man. Come on up. Yo. Welcome to the HerbMan Show. How can I help you?
How you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, Chief? What's going on? What's your birthday, man?
7/31/1986.
All right, 7/31/86. We call that the manufacturing date, okay? So what we got to do, we got to break this information down just simply from the birthday. So walk with me. All right, so 7 plus 30, you said 7/31, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so 7 plus 31 is going to be 38. Okay, then 3 plus 8 is going to be 11. Okay, and then 1 plus 1 is going to be 2. So out of the month and the day you were born, we got the number 2. Let's remember that. Okay. So 1986 is eventually going to come down to being 18 plus 6. 18 plus 6 is 24, which is going to be 6. Okay, so 6 plus the 2 is going to give you a model number 8. Now, this model number 8 is like your life path number, okay? So if you ever want to just do research, you can do that. You're model number 8. All right, now, so with this being said, so 9 times out of 10 from 721 to 821, those are normally going to be, I like to call those my Leos, okay? So a Leo is a fire sign. Every sign has an alter ego, okay? Every sign has an alter ego. Where the brother go? He gone?
Yeah.
How the hell he leave?
I don't know. Maybe he went out. He went offline. But he's no longer.
Well, he no longer getting a reading. Hey, the next me, come on up. The next me, come on up. All right, the next me, come on up. You guys want to do the look at this? These are paid consultations, you guys. Okay, I educate for free. This is a paid consultation. All I'm doing is just showing you though, because I wanted him to see that separation. Okay, but if you guys want to do that, come on up on the chat. Put me in the chat. Otherwise, let me get on up out of here, man. We got to get ready to go. Okay. Madison, welcome to the HerbMan Show. Hey.
What's going on?
Hey, what's going on with you now? Look here, I ain't got time for no disappearing acts now.
Oh, no.
Okay, give me your birthday.
It is 6/3/1999.
All right, 6/3/99. Okay, so that's your manufacturing date. Okay, 6 plus 3 is gonna give us 9. So let's just keep that in mind. Your month and date gave us the number 9. All right, 1999 is eventually going to come down to being 19 plus 9. So that's going to give us 28. 8 and 2 is going to give us 10. 1 and 0 is going to give us the 1. You need to add that 1 over to your 9. That's going to give you another 10. That's going to be 1 plus 0 is going to bring it down to 1. So you are a life path 1. In this essence, we call you a model number 1, okay?
Okay.
All right, model number 1. So from 521 to 621 is Gemini. Gemini is a air sign, okay? Every Gemini has an alter ego, which is going to be a Sagittarius. So that's your fire, okay? Now, this 1 also represents the earth element. So that's going to be your element. Okay. So now when I look at this, automatically I have an air, fire, earth being, okay, with a 1 life path. Okay, so that means that you ain't the same Gemini as everybody else. Geminis, you would think, would be air elements, right? You are air Gemini, but you are of the earth element. That means that when you're looking at of the earth element, that means that you're, even though Geminis are very kind of all over the place a lot of times and kind of just kind of out there with their information, you being of the earth element likes a little bit more structure than the normal Gemini. Okay. You like a little bit more structure than the normal Gemini. So that's a significant difference than with if you just went and done a natal chart reading, they would have said, oh, you're a Gemini, and they wouldn't have even known that you're a different type of Gemini. Okay, because they don't take the two suns into consideration. What is the two suns? When the sun is shining its brightest in Gemini right here, the darkest place on the map, okay, when the sun is shining in Gemini, the darkest place on this particular earth and world is Sagittarius. That's the darkest place on the earth, right? Because it's the direct opposite. You see that? It's the direct opposite, okay? So now when you're looking at this thing here, then you say, okay, well, where am I at in life? Where am I at in life? 1999 makes you what, 26?
Yes.
Okay, so 26, let's take it like this. 6-3, let me see what a Gemini is. Gemini, the real dates, May 21st to June the 20th. You were born on June the 3rd. You did 17 days. Let's do this. 17 days. 10 days is 3 years. Okay. Another 3 days is 4 years. Another 3 days is 5 years. And then 1 day. 5 years and 4 months. I'm going to say you did these are my dates. Watch this. I'm going to say you did 5 years and 4 months of Gemini, and you're only 26. Okay. So 5 years and 4 months. Each life lesson is 10 years. So 15 years and 4 months. 25 years and 4 months is right here at Leo going into Virgo. Okay. So you've been a Gemini. You're right here at that first decan of Virgo, right? If you're currently dealing with health issues, it would be in your stomach or digestion. You also just started really a health and fitness journey. Like literally just started. You see what I'm saying? You get what I'm trying to say? So now you see where you're at, but here's the thing. You're not split yet. You're not split yet. You see, you're still dealing with the physical because you haven't split and came over, but you're going to once you get 35.4. Okay? 35.4, you're going to go through some things. Now, here's the thing. Because it's about health and fitness right now, you should be focused on that. Again, this is a 10-year lesson. Virgo is trying to teach you about boundaries. Okay? This next 10 years, the next 10 years is about boundaries, and it wants you to be more restrictive. You need to be more restrictive with what you're trying to do health and fitness wise. And then guess what? I don't know if you're already coupled up or not, but at around 35, if you're not, he coming. Okay? Because you're coming into Libra. And Libra is going to be more about partner. There you go. Okay? So we're already good to go there. So now, understand now then you don't got nothing to worry about but your health and fitness. That's it. Okay, that's where you are. We like to call this the low tide, right? So the low tide is a physical time of life. The low tide is when when the tide recedes, you can go and start unearthing things and start finding new things out about oneself and about things that you want to do. Perfect time to do that right now, because when you're coming into 35 and you're getting into this spiritual thing, girl, stuff gonna start happening in your life that you ain't got. And so you didn't have nothing to do about it, but it's coming. So you got to be prepared for it. You're not gonna have to do a whole lot of physical stuff when you get into this round, but you're really gonna have to be on your spiritual powers, because things are gonna try to come at you emotionally and things of that nature, if it makes sense, right? So but that's where you are right now. If there's anything that you need to be concerned about health-wise, okay, the air element, because you are an air sign, there is a propensity or a tendency to have some immune issues, okay, or some respiratory issues. So be careful there. Also, grief and depression can be a emotional stronghold. So watch out for that. The fire element, okay, this is going to mean that you want to watch your sleep habits, okay, watch your nerves, right? You also want to watch your what we call the solar plexus. You want to watch your blood sugar, your pancreas, watch your willpower, your self-control. Okay, self-control issues, watch that. And then also the earth element. Watch your stressors, and also it's going to be very important for you to watch your thyroid, your metabolism, but also speak your voice. You must be heard.
Sometimes that's what it sounds like anymore because I don't speak up enough.
That you need to, because I'm gonna tell you, in women, this is one of the biggest things, and it's causing thyroid problems, and it's causing weight and metabolism problems because women are not being.
Blood work done for the thyroid.
Say again. Go ahead.
I just went to the doctor and got some blood work done for my thyroid. It's common in our ages.
Yes, ma'am. That's why I told you that, right? And so you want to be able to do that. And I'm gonna tell you a big thing about the thyroid too: doubt and trust. Okay, doubt and trust. Okay, it can cripple you there. Okay, so watch out for doubt and trust, especially if we're already kind of unearthing some thyroid problems there. Let's go ahead and start working on in the background. Okay, what that would take. And if that means that you need to be humming and singing a little more so that vagal tone and that voice can start being heard. Hey, look, tell the hubby, you ain't trying to be Beyonce, but you damn sure trying to produce your medicine, okay? And you produce that medicine and you be heard, and you just make sure that you go through life making sure that that's important for you, because that's a part of you. So these are non-negotiable, you guys. These are not things that you can negotiate, because they are a part of you. They are necessary binding things to you. All you got to do now is understand them and make sure that you're able to create the atmosphere that keeps them flourishing. Okay? All right. Now, if you need anything else, this is just a short version. If you need anything else, DM us and we'll get you that information. Okay? Peace.
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace. All right, you guys. So you guys understand that we can pick you off, man. We can pick you off, okay? We can pick you off. This is GPS. Hey, y'all ain't never seen no personal GPS system. I ain't talking about the one on your phone. I ain't talking about the one in your car. I'm talking about the one in the stars. Okay? We ain't talking about the one on your phone. We ain't talking about the one in your car. We talking about the one in the stars. I know where your ass at. Okay? I know where you at. And the thing about it is that that's what we need to know. Remember that numerology and cosmology is only giving meaning and identity to one's life. And without that, it's very hard for you to get somebody to be blissful, because some people just don't understand why they're sick. They don't understand why they're going through what they're going through. They don't understand why they're dealing with what they're dealing with. And so therefore, you can't provide meaning and identity. You lost the person. The person is already lost anyway. The world already lost them. They're ready to get away from here because they don't know why things are happening the way that they're happening to them. So you must understand that we must treat the whole being. And a doctor don't treat you about that type of stuff. And the pastor don't treat you about your body. So where you gonna go? But in this new age, we've created and understood that there's an integrative system that can hit all sides of mankind. And to give a man meaning and to give a man identity and allow that person to know that they belong to something greater than what they ever thought about in their life. And if the Bible can't pull that out of you, even though it's saying it, but if they can't teach it right, then we got to give you a different way of seeing this in the visual. So we can start this for you to see yourself in Jesus. We're just going to remove the color, remove the man, remove the skin, remove the story, and then just show you Jesus like this. And see, can you still see yourself in God? I'm through, man. If y'all need y'all on this, man, well, please DM us and we'll get you what you need. I love you guys. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Until next time, love HerbMan. Peace, 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 peace. Woo-say! Yes, sir. Yes, sir.